So how does Islam solve the issue of poverty? Number one, it encourages every single Muslim to work. Allah says in the Quran, and when the prayer has been concluded, disperse within the land and seek from the bounty of Allah. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, when he saw someone begging for money, he said, if you take your rope and go and collect with this rope wood for fire, and came to the market and sold this firewood, that would be much, much better than begging people whether they give you or they don't give you. And compare this to how many of the Muslims nowadays, especially in Europe, where they give benefits, government benefits for those unemployed. Many Muslims are beggars. They go to the government and they claim that they don't have money, they don't have a house, they don't have anything, and they feed on the government aids and benefits that it gives them. Islam is not like this. Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, saw a man not working. He took his stick and started beating him up. And the man said, oh, what's happening? Why are you beating him up? Why are you sitting? Go and work. The heavens do not rain gold and silver. You have to be active. So you, as a Muslim, Islam tells you to work and earn. What if I can't work or earn? What if I'm disabled? What if I'm someone who's unable to earn, or I'm not finding a job that would suffice me and my family? In this case, Islam has a solution. Every Muslim who has wealth has to give annually what? Zakat. How much is the zakat? 10%. True? No? Yes, it is true. 10% on crops that is irrigated by rain. 5% on crops that you irrigate with your own money. 2.5% on gold, silver, and currency and merchandise that you sell and buy. All of this to be given to whom? To the poor who's unable, so that he would not beg. After Ramadan, we give sadaqatu or zakatul fitr. If I have expiations, I have to feed 10 poor people or clothe them, or 60 poor people, depending on what I'm expiating. All of this is to show solidarity among the Muslims. No other culture, no other civilization, no other religion on earth does this. Then we find one of the main causes of insecurity, racism. Allah says, indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous. And the Prophet said, alayhi wasallam, there is no preference, no virtue for an Arab over a non-Arab, or a non-Arab over an Arab, a white over a black, or a black over the white. The only preference is taqwa and righteousness. All are created from Adam, and Adam is created from earth. What about social injustice? What do you mean? We have men and women. There is injustice in between. Well, actually, the word justice is debatable, because Allah says in the Quran, وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى. A male is not similar to a female. Each have their own rights. They can never be equal. There's no equality between men and women. But there is justice. So if we look about or at women, not physically, lower your gaze. If we look at how women were treated before Islam. They were sold and bought like cattle. They did not inherit. They used to be treated as furniture of the house. Inherited, once the man is dead, his women folk are inherited like the furniture. They used to feel disgraced because they had a female in the family. So when she was a child, they used to bury them alive. The Hindus, till 50 years ago, when a man died, they cremate him, they burn him with his wife. The wife is alive. But if we want to cremate him, she has to be also cremated with him. The pharaohs every year would throw in the Nile a virgin so that the Nile would bless them. And the Western woman today is not any better. Only 70, 80 years ago, she was allowed to be treated as a human being and to cast her votes. She works in fields that are not befitting of a woman in the West. Fields that are only good for men. In a survey or a study in 2015, 10 years ago, in 2015, in America alone, in 2015, 1,000 women were raped a day. Of course, the percentage has increased today. What kind of respect is this? What kind of a civilization is this? But look at Islam. Islam came and gave the woman her full rights. So the Prophet said, women are the twin halves of men. They're equal in their rights. And the Prophet said, treat women kindly. And when a man asked him, who should I be kind to? He said, your mother, then your mother, then your mother, then your father. 3 times, 75% of your care should be devoted to your mom.